holy it has been such a long time since I've seen a movie that has genuinely frightened me, had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. I just got back from seeing Hokum with some friends at the cinema and oh my God, I have to talk about it. So Hokum is the third film from Irish director Damian McCarthy, and honestly, I think it's 3 for 3 at this point. I loved Caveat, I loved Oddity, and this one was incredible. I am so excited to talk about it. So I'm going to give you a bit of a spoiler-free review. And if you'd like to see a longer review with going into depth about the storyline, elements, and things like that, let me know because I'll create one for you. But I just had to get my raw thoughts out to you because that was crazy. That was such a fun experience. You have to see it in cinemas. Honestly, I think the film works both from in cinemas and at home. But if you have a cinema nearby, please go check out Hokum because the sound design is incredible. And I think it's one of the main things that really affected me. I feel like my heart is still racing from that experience. To give it sort of a rough outline of the story, it's about a writer who decides to go to Ireland and scatter his parents' ashes at a secluded inn in the Irish countryside, and things start to happen from there and unfold. I won't spoil it, but Adam Scott needs to be in more horror movies. Absolutely loved his performance. He just cracks me up. If you've seen him in more of his serious roles like Severance, he's great. I really loved his character here. His character and then another character in this film actually offered the right amount of comedic relief because this film is very serious. There are so many jump scares. So if you are afraid of that, if you are sensitive to that, just watch out. The jump scares are so effective. I knew when some of them were coming, but because of the sound design, it truly feels like the air was so thick inside the cinema. I was on the edge of my seat. My heart was racing. I couldn't breathe for some of it. I nearly lost the whole popcorn, but very effective jump scares. So talking a little bit about the atmosphere itself, oh my gosh, it takes place in Ireland. I love this. I love the atmosphere. The color grading is beautiful. It pays a lot of attention to shadows and greens and dark hues and browns. I really loved the colors and the grading in this. I love the set design. I thought it was incredible, especially in one of the rooms in the hotel. Very great. Honestly, very frightening. And oh my gosh, my heart's still racing. In terms of the sound design, it almost feels like there's a constant echo or the sound of wind blowing through empty holes and stuff, that feeling that's just kind of like always keeping you on edge. I thought it was completely excellent. Love the set design, the sound design, the acting, all top tier. And I also love the element of Irish folklore and bit of a ghost story. So this film definitely is more of a traditional, I would say it leans towards more of a traditional horror, like a bit of a paranormal ghost story type thing, or uses those elements, and I really love that. I just love that. That's sort of like an old school horror for me, and I think the Irish are some of the most incredible storytellers. I mean, Irish folklore is some of the oldest folklore ever. This definitely shows within the film. I also love that the film paid homage to other films, like previous films, like you'd see the Easter eggs with the bell and the rabbit from Caveat and Oddity. I also love that the film paid homage to its previous films, like Oddity and Caveat, with the rabbit and the bell. If you know, you know. I really liked that he paid homage to his previous films, but the elements acted as their own characters as well, I would say, not just a simple Easter egg for one quick shot. Now, as we now have these 3 great films from Damian McCarthy, we can really now start to see his style, and whether it's his colors, his storytelling, the elements in his film. He has a very particular style and I absolutely love it. I actually think this might be his strongest film of the 3, I would say so. For me personally, I also love Oddity, but it's completely different. And I just wanted to also talk about the storytelling. The storytelling is brilliant, and you'll have different shots and moments that start to have you thinking about a certain possibility, and then everything is tied up at the end. There are no loose ends. I think it's a very tight, a very complete story, and it's also very moving. Beyond the atmosphere and the jump scares in the film that will appease to a large audience, it also has a very rich storyline, and there are elements and themes within that I found that were quite moving. And if you love a somewhat of a slow burn that turns into a really great mystery and sort of has those puzzle solving elements. I'm like, okay, what's this character going to do next, or what happened here? You will love this film. I love horror movies that have sort of a mystery element where the main character is trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening. Absolutely loved it. I don't think anything was revealed too early. Everything was revealed at the perfect time that I was completely interested the entire time. I thought it was great. And there was also a large psychological element to the film that I found very moving and added a lot of depth to the story as well. Very, very impressed with this film. Highly, highly recommend it. I feel like this will probably be in my top 2 of the year already. I know it. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. Oh, I also found, let me know if you've seen this. Maybe I can deep dive into this a little bit more in a spoiler review. But I also found that there were some elements that reminded me a bit of Mike Flanagan's storytelling and also his films and series, like Haunting of Hill House. There were elements that did visually remind me of that, and also just the depth to the characters and the care that has gone into that. So I really, really, really enjoyed this film. I absolutely loved it. I knew it was going to be good. I heard great reviews. I love the director's body of work already, and I just cannot wait to see what else he has in store. If you like this, please let me know. Please like and subscribe. I have barely any followers, but I'd love to keep doing this because horror is my biggest passion. And have a lovely evening, and definitely go check out this film. See you later. Bye.